Hello, everybody. Sorry, we've just finished recording our 40 questions, but we need to. Well, we don't need to. We're going to review our Oxford tour. So, I just realised
he normally has a cup with a little liddy thing on, but because we're filming, we thought, give him a mug. Yeah. He'll be fine. Yeah, I've been teaching him.
Yes, but look what it's got on the bottom of the mug.
Oh, it says Amma.
So, anyway, our recent trip away was our first time really back. Well, it's not camper vanning because the van isn't converted yet, but we used the air hub as our base. So we had a good journey up, didn't we?
Yeah.
Good journey up in the bus. The bus.
We're used to travelling around in the bus anyway.
But the bus had a few weeks previous had a bit of an issue. It blew a pipe on the back of the engine. Subsequently, on the journey up there, we realised that probably the head gasket was either going or had gone, so we had to sort of slow everything down.
No different to the electric car, to be fair.
Yeah.
We only do 59 miles an hour in there.
So
if you ever pass a really slow car, or there's 60 cars in a row, it'll be us in the front in the electric car.
Anyway.
Unless I'm driving.
Yeah, and then I've got no battery left after about 50 miles. So the first thing was the arrival at the campsite. I
didn't really know what to expect, to be honest. There was a nice wooden electric gates. I thought, oh, this looks nice.
Yeah.
Which opened onto a field.
But the field was lovely. It was
green.
It was green. I didn't realise at the time, 20 plus hookups.
It was level, so we didn't sort of all slide down one end.
No, we managed to park fairly close to everything, didn't we? Close to the...
It rained for 1 hour the whole time we were there.
Yeah, the hour that we were setting up.
The second we got there, it started emptying down.
Yeah.
The magic of the Vango air awning was the fact, once we realised that to close all the valves off makes it go up much faster, it went up like a dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pegging it down, the way the guy lines are all sort of sorted out is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
We had it up the right way, which for us, spot on.
Yeah.
We had it facing the right way, so the doorway bit that fits onto the van was in the right place.
Mm-hmm.
And it took us 10 minutes.
Yeah. It took us well, it took me sort of 5 minutes once it was up to peg it all out, but it took you probably half an hour to get everything sorted inside, didn't it?
Yeah, but one of the best things that we bought, in my opinion, was the carpet, which we had quite strict rules, didn't we? A bit like being at home, take shoes off from the entrance way, because it did get a bit muddy. Obviously, in October, it was quite wet in the mornings. Yeah, the carpet was brilliant, absolutely.
Mm. Yeah, and then the next thing was definitely this sofa, the blow-up sofa. And I've got to admit, I only brought the blow-up sofa because I was watching a Bus and Beyond's review of their Vango.
Yeah. And they had one, didn't they?
Yeah, they had one. And see, my Vango, I brought and never used. So...
Which, until we got there, Rich then confessed he'd never put up. So fantastic. I thought, well, this is going to be great.
Well, it took seconds.
But no, we were fine.
Absolutely seconds.
I know.
So
it surprised us as much as it surprises you.
So the review at a campsite, I'll stick a...
Oh, yeah, you were talking about the sofa bed, weren't you?
Yeah, so
very, very comfortable indeed.
Yeah. The sofa bed was brilliant.
Yeah.
And what we did is because we then realised what we didn't plan to do was actually put an airbed in the airbed that we reviewed, put that in the bus, and then realised, unfortunately, the bus because it's a wheelchair access vehicle, it's got two big metal seatbelt things in the middle of it, which meant we couldn't do it.
We'll call them lumps,
Yeah,
shall we? So we couldn't sleep on metal lumps.
So we basically used the air awning as everything. It was our abode, and it was it just
we put
ticked all the boxes.
We put the mattress on top of the sofa bed, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we laid the sofa bed out flat at night time, put the mattress on top of that. Obviously, because we don't do discomfort, we had a nice double quilt and a double sleeping bag, loads of pillows, and it was really, really comfortable.
It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was good.
So anyway, obviously while this is going on, appearing in the corners were little snippets of the actual campsite, but the facilities were great.
Yeah.
Facilities were great.
I think with the ease of the air awning, I'd be quite happy to sleep in that rather than the back of the bus. But having not slept in the back once it's been converted,
yeah.
Then I'll give my
yeah. But that was brilliant. The amenities were good. Had a couple of little concerns, but they were sort of addressed. You fed I kept calling them llamas, they're not, the alpacas, didn't you? You fed the alpacas.
It's a very friendly. It was a very friendly site. Spoke to the owner.
What was her name?
She was another Lisa. Well, there we go. It's going to be a lovely lady. Very friendly, very family orientated. Children more than welcome.
Yeah.
And when the children come, then they can go over and feed the animals as well.
Yep.
There are normally other animals there than what was there while we were there. Are you all right there, love?
Yeah, I'm just covering up what it says on the bottom of it.
So, yes, I mean, I haven't been camping since Girl Guide days, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
And when you first arrive, or when I first arrived, there was nothing there. But I absolutely loved it. Absolutely.
The only whinge that she had, as you'll hear in the campsite review, is that the heater in the men's side of the ablutions block was absolutely lovely. Worked perfectly. It was cosy and warm when you got out of the shower and the heat was right above you. Wasn't working in the ladies, was it?
No, but I did work out the water was absolutely boiling.
Scorching,
wasn't it? Excuse me. So I did learn to get nice and warm, and then wrap the towel around me before I opened the curtain to come out without the heater on. And it wasn't particularly
No, it
cold.
wasn't. It was nice. And even though it was windy at some points, the thickness, I mean, because it's an ex-military thing, the thickness of the actual lining meant it wasn't cold.
Well, you wouldn't have known it was windy outside once you're in there, would you?
Know. So anyway, so that was the arrival. Then you just say you fed the animals, didn't you? So I put a bit to this up. Then day sort of 2, we went to Blenheim Palace.
We did. Beautiful.
Yeah. Expensive. Admission price, eating, drinking, expensive.
The eating and drinking I can't justify, but to be fair to them, because of COVID-19, they could only open up the bottom part. I think you would normally, in a normal year, be able to go more into the house than we did. So, but then that should have been reflected in the price to get in. To be
Apparently,
fair,
from what I have been told, is that it's a 365-day return. You can go back with the ticket.
Yeah.
So I think we might do that.
the grounds, as you'll see in the film, the actual place itself is stunning. Like a lot of these places. I mean, just it's huge, isn't it? And there are a lot of people that go there just to be in the grounds. They don't go in the house. And in a whistle-stop tour like you have just for the one day when you're going there, we probably only got to see a fraction of what you can walk and look at.
But God, it was cold.
Bitterly cold. Absolutely bitterly cold.
Cold. I mean, come back eating my £3 Marks and Spencer sandwiches.
Yeah. So, yes. So it was a good day had by all. People that know us well enough now know that we don't get up with the lark, and by the time we get out, we're generally.
Day one was pretty well. We was sort of out and gone the door by 10 o'clock. No, it must have been earlier than that because we were there an hour early.
We normally get there just as it's time to have some lunch.
Yeah.
Ideal. So by the time we had a good look around, back in the bus, and then we went back to the campsite, didn't we?
Yeah. So that was day one.
Yeah.
Day two we did Hughenden Manor, Hughenden House, which is
Benjamin Disraeli's Ode Pile, isn't it?
Yeah, that was very interesting. And at the end of the film, again,
there was a secret about this place that hadn't been long. It's not been long known. 2004. Yeah. Because of this, because of the official secrets.
That is Tishy's.
No, it was pure fluke, wasn't it? That somebody at the National Trust overheard a grandfather explaining to their grandchild that he used to work there in the war, and so they asked him what he did there.
And he said, "I can't tell you because the Official Secrets Act." And the National Trust
They investigated.
Yeah, and he was released from the official secrets and he was allowed to tell them everything he did. That is in the video, but at the end of the video I go, "It's a secret, we won't tell you," but in actual fact we'd already told you in the video.
But we're not going to tell you now.
We're not going to tell you now.
You'll have to watch. But it's worth it.
It was a bit of walk around the gardens.
Then we'd finished off there a bit early, didn't we? We got round there faster than we had sort of.
Yeah, because I thought it'd be because you have to book everywhere. I thought we'd sort of be queuing and.
Yeah, and we got straight in, didn't we?
Straight in, yeah.
So we went to.
High Wycombe. But we went through West. Was it West Wycombe or Little Wycombe?
I don't know. We went to a big shopping mall because the weather was a bit dodge. So we thought we'd try and do something indoors, didn't we?
Mm. Yeah. Well, we went there, so the village we went through to get to it was that West Wycombe or Little Wycombe, whatever it was. Expensive. Just when you just go through somewhere and you go, "Oh, you need a lot of money just to walk down the street here."
Can you sing that song, Pick a Pocket or Two? Because it was beginning to sound a bit.
Flagon.
Ever so expensive. Anyway,
expensive.
I didn't notice, to be fair.
Look, honestly, this is not a wig, but it looks like I've got a.
So, anyway, that was day 2.
Day 2.
Yeah.
Day 3, we went to
Waddesdon Manor. Right, this, honestly, we booked it last minute. Rich was trying to find something to do for that day, and Waddesdon Manor really didn't mean anything to either of us. We found out that it was owned, we thought, the home of the Rothschilds. We'd both heard of the Rothschilds, but wasn't until we got there.
Well, according to the website, the house was closed. You could only get in the gardens.
Yeah.
And as happened when we went to Kingston Lacey, I just saw people queuing, and I was like, "What?"
Off you went.
Off I went.
No harm in asking.
And they said, "Yeah, have you booked to get in?" I was like, "Oh, yes, because we're here." And I said, "Yeah, join a queue." We queued for about 40 minutes.
Oh God, was it worth it? Was it worth it?
Oh my God.
It was the highlight of the trip.
I have been in royal palaces. My job involved being in royal palaces, and never in my life have I seen so much opulence, luxury and wealth.
Then we find out
this is a bit that made me smile.
It wasn't even there. They didn't even live there. They literally built a massive manor house just to house all the gorgeous things that they bought. And they had lavish parties there. They would invite people to come and stay. I mean, God, to be on their guest list, and they have Christmas there, don't they? Do they have Christmas there?
No, that was Blenheim Palace.
That was Blenheim Palace.
Blenheim Palace.
All right. So, and then obviously I started looking to find out a bit more about the Rothschilds. Found out, going back that many generations, that they were the richest people on earth. So they could literally have whatever they wanted, buy whatever they wanted, and they certainly did.
And what we did find out, though, is current Lord Rothschilds still will turn up and walk round, and his daughter, is it Hannah Rothschild, will turn up and just walk round.
Well, they're a big family.
Yeah.
I think, they're a very, very big family. So once the wealth got diluted, then nobody was the richest person in the world, but the actual sort of, what was he called?
Began with an A, didn't it?
Can't remember. I want to say Amschel. It's a very old-fashioned Jewish name.
Jewish name, yeah.
And of course, being Jewish, they were fated by politicians because they were just so rich and powerful. But Jewish people were not allowed to be MPs, were they?
Yeah.
For a long, long time. So they were once they let them in, they were the first Jewish people to be allowed to be MPs. But they diversified into everything. Everything you could put your money in, they did.
The one thing they did diversify into, which might be a little bit of interest in, was wine.
Oh yes, we did buy some. We'd got some Rothschild wine for Christmas. So, yeah, the shop there is just amazing. I mean, it's we're helping to fuel their wealth still.
Yeah.
But
and can I just say, we actually had something to eat there.
Yeah.
And it was cheaper there than what it was
at Blenheim
Palace.
And the grounds are just beautiful. And you'll see when you watch the film, the security there.
Oh, it's just unreal.
Is second to none, because if you like art, then.
I actually said to one of the room guides, I said, how much is that worth? And he said, everything here is priceless.
There were things there. There was a porcelain ship with a sail that had been made out of porcelain, and there'd only been 8 made ever, and the Rothschilds owned 4 of them, and we're talking from the 18th century. So,
yeah,
and it's all in this house. There were China elephants, weren't there? That again, there was only so many made, and the Rothschilds collected. They were just massive collectors. And as I say, the paintings, there's Dutch masters. You go in to each and every room. Just, I think you could go back time and time and time again and still just not see
again,
it.
because of COVID, most of it was quite a lot of it was closed down. Was it the Bachelor Suite was closed?
Yeah, there's a tower that the sort of granddad Rothschild, if he didn't want to see anybody, he just went up in his tower, didn't he? And he had his own apartments up there. Again, the grounds, absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. You wouldn't want to, I'll tell you what, you would not want to try and steal anything from there.
So for us, we went thinking, I don't know what we thought, we just thought it was another sort of day walking around some grounds, and it ended up being the dual exclusive of the trip.
I think everywhere we've been recently, over the past 2 years, we've been sort of here, there in Europe, haven't we? And we've sort of, when we went to Notre Dame, and we went into Notre Dame, I was just blown away by the beauty and splendour. Admittedly, it burnt down afterwards. It's nothing to do with us. But going into some of the stately homes we've been into has been amazing. But going into Waddesdon.
Honest to God, it's such a weird name. Doesn't it give you any insight into what you're going to... They didn't call it sort of, Rothschild Manor or palace or whatever, but it is a palace. It's just amazing.
It's just gorgeous.
So anyway, that was you know. Well, we'll go on to the last day, because this all came about when Rich said to me, "Where would you like to go?" And I said I'd like to go to Oxford. I've never been to Oxford before, and you know, it's a beautiful city, full of history.
So that was the plan, wasn't it? The plan was we were going to go to Oxford and we were going to spend 2 or 3 days actually going in and out of Oxford, just visiting each thing. We'd done a bit of homework, decided what we wanted to see, but we were going to pretend we knew loads.
We're as useful as we always are.
So anyway, on the last day,
On our last day, we went into Oxford
we went.
on the park and ride bus.
Yeah. So the park and ride, which on their website clearly says in big letters, no cash payments, purchase your ticket for your car park and the bus ride using contactless payment. So when we get there with no change, it says...
No, I did have change. I've always got change.
Yes, but when we get there, we had to hunt around for change. It said, no contactless payment, please use cash.
So take both.
Yeah.
Always wise. Have a plan B.
Remember, this is a Sunday.
Yeah.
And we'd already kind of checked to see what time the last park and ride bus back was, and it was it 8 o'clock?
No, the last bus back was 10 to 7.
Yeah. So we asked the bus driver, and he went, well, I think it's about 10 past 11.
So we ignored him.
So we ignored him.
So, but we did go into Oxford, and it did not disappoint. Nothing about this trip disappointed. It's like all trips, I suppose. You get out of it what you want, and the best bit for me for Oxford, we do jump on a bus, don't we?
Yeah.
I think it's a really brilliant way. I know sometimes it can be expensive, but it is hop on, hop off. If you stay on it, do a full circuit, get to see where everything is, then you can pick and choose the bits that you want to see a bit more.
Because you like in on camera.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah. What I will say is this trip, unlike when we went to France, we made it more than the first stop.
Yeah, we did actually manage to go all the way around.
Yeah, I'll put a link.
And,
I'll put a thing somewhere up here about our trip to France when we got on the bus. We got on the bus, did one stop, and then the bus driver came
We
up and
did
went.
go in the riots. To
Yeah,
be fair.
we went where
well, we
all the
weren't
riots
in the
were.
riots,
No.
but you know, we were there at the
We
time
could
of the riots.
see. We could see everything burning. It was.
So
Anyway, back to Oxford.
yeah, I think I do allude to it in the film. Although we went on the bus and we saw lots of things, we did go down some side streets, didn't we? Which in COVID was brilliant because there was nobody else there. But yeah, be a bit brave. Go off the beaten track, because no matter where you go, you come across buildings and colleges and beautiful, beautiful buildings, don't you? Beautiful historical buildings.
Corpus Christi
The
College.
back, yeah.
The back of Corpus Christi College was just like mind blowing. The Radcliffe camera. I was expecting to see someone there, Daniel Radcliffe with a camera, but it wasn't.
I know.
I mean, you did make comment as to
The Ashmolean Museum, library. No, Ashmolean Museum
and the Bodleian
Library. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was all beautiful. So.
and the Bridge of
Size.
Sighs.
Yeah, unfortunately we couldn't go in anywhere, but it gives us that bit of an excuse then to go back. That part of the country, there's just so much to see and do. So yeah, it'd be nice. It'd
Area
be nice
of
to go back.
outstanding natural beauty.
Yeah. So yeah, the way for October, we were supposed to be going to France. So
Yeah.
a little bit disappointed that it wasn't the trip that we had planned, but it couldn't have been any better, could it?
No, we made up
As
for
a
it.
replacement.
We made up for it.
So
We have sort of talked about trying to do one more trip before Christmas, but we're moving house.
yes.
So
Yeah, we're shelling out money left, right and centre to solicitors and Mundit reports and
surveys.
surveys and searches.
It hurts.
And it's in the countryside. So
I've got to reach Cornwall.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's back in Cornwall, overlooking the River Liner.
it is a beautiful spot. It is a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
just weird that a lot of you guys come down to where we live,
And we
and we leave here to go up the country further. But
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was our Oxford tour. It was really good. It didn't plan. We planned it on a hoof, didn't we?
Yeah.
And sort of got in where we could when we could.
So the 3 things that we reviewed, the Vango pop-up awning, didn't we? We did.
No, we didn't actually record it. We did. So we reviewed the Vango cook set.
Yeah.
Which you loved. We reviewed the.
I suppose we couldn't have put it up and filmed ourselves at the same time.
The kitchen. But you did use. We did review the Ridgemonkey Connect steamer. So it's not just the Ridgemonkey that you can sort of do toasted sandwiches and grill with. This is a steamer as well, and obviously it turns into a frying pan.
It cooked really, really quickly.
Oh yeah.
Really, really quickly.
Yeah, I'll stick a link somewhere here to the actual review, but we had salmon.
We did,
and
salmon and broccoli and
sauteed potatoes, and it was sort of like less than 15 minutes, and it was done. And it was literally wipe it out.
Yeah, very easy to clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the Vango cook set is brilliant. I mean, it burnt a little bit, but it's not lost its non-stickiness, has it?
No.
Definitely not. And so you like that.
I like the fact. I think I say it all stacked, so you could cook multiple things, and as long as you stacked on one on top of the other, it acts like a little oven and kept things warm while you were cooking something else. So yeah, ideal. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that was our Oxford tour. Our 6 days. 6 days away.
5 nights, 6 days.
5 nights, 6 days, and
obviously a day. When you think, well, why? Because you haven't told us about 6 days. It would a day to get there, a day to come back.
Yeah.
At 59 miles an hour.
So we don't know where we're going next, but we're going to try and squeeze some in before Christmas if we can. But if not, we'll be planning for next year. So anyway, please take a look at the videos.
We could actually just show you the village where we're going to be living, because that is absolutely stunning.
Yeah, but we need to go on a campsite, and I don't think there is one there.
There must be something close too.
Well, yeah, there is. It's Cornwall. Port Elliot.
Well, of course.
We're going to a village called St John's, so which is lovely because it's right by a railway line. So, if you've enjoyed this rambling and everything else, give us a thumbs up, a like, subscribe, and comment, share it, and can we get this right?
The notifications ring your bell.
Yeah.
Oh, I started to sweat then. I thought this is my turn coming up.
Oh, I've got to get this wrong. Right. Thanks very much for watching. See you again on the next video.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.